Okay, here we are for game one of the Magic Online Championship Series, round one. Now this hand is demonstrating exactly how good a splash is. I'm playing red, blue, by the way, splashing for Helix. So yeah, this is not a keep. This might get there. I'm gonna try to suspend the Rift Bolt for when I want to cast it, empty the Warrens. Now, importantly, I'm not suspending this ever. Like, suspending this is basically me going, yeah, I don't want to see this card at any point in the game. Maybe if the amount was like suspend 1, it would have been worth it, but... good draw. Allows me to get a mountain again. Or I could get my plains as well. But I think at this point, I just want the second mountain unless I draw it. Suspend a giant dust wasp. If he's green white, he's potentially invalids. So I have to... I mean, in green white as well, this is probably a good card against him. If I have an island, I mean, I have 2 lightning helixes in my deck, and more mountains, but I think getting the mountains correct, just because I might want to cast multiple red spells. I might be wrong on that, obviously. Let me get a mountain. So seeing this, I think it makes sense to go for an empty for 4 here. I think it's enough goblins, and I can take over the game with these cards. So... like, I can deal with this in a million ways, but it has to be killed at some point. Imperosaur. Well, that's what goblins are made for. So, I mean, I can chump in and then kill it with Torn of Stone the turn after, so that's pretty good. Mulder is a very good reload button as well. What's good here is my opponent has very few cards in hand, so... like, he only has 3 cards, so... I suspect I have to be careful about something like a Blinding Beam or a bomb like a Dragon. Yeah, obviously gaining 5 life for 1 goblin is definitely correct. Ah, okay. A Phalid, as expected. And a Sandsower. Ooh, Molten Disaster. I can maybe engineer the game around this card. Let me think. So here my options are, I can Torn of Stone the Dust Wasp. I can also take the Dust Wasp and then block and Torn of Stone the Imperosaur. Or I can play the Muldrifter. I think I can play the Muldrifter here to just press my advantage. Now I have to be careful about something like a Trump the Domains as well, by the way. Ha! But I've definitely got time, like, because he's playing these colors, he's not going to have reach. So, let's see what happens here. One option is to 5 block this, but I don't think that's a great idea. Ah, Maloku, there we go. For obvious reasons, this is not going to survive past this turn. Even if it's not convenient, Maloku has to die. Like, right away. Good. Maloku can't survive, like, ever. You notice I drew a Lightning Helix, but you notice I would have needed still a Mountain as well for some of these spells, so... So yeah, so far Empty the Warrens has gained me quite a bit of life. Now I don't have a Torrent of Stone anymore to get rid of Imperiosaur, which is a slight problem, but definitely doable. Ideally, I want to do this at x equals 5, so it means I need to get, like, try to get as much life as I can so that it doesn't kill me back. Expanse is pretty decent here. Let's see, with Sandsower, Fallid, and a token, he can just tap one of my flyers. I still think I cast Maldrifter here. Just in case I draw, like, the planes. Now I'm slightly worried that he could have a Blinding Beam. Ah, interesting card. I would definitely be suspending this if I could. But I cannot, unfortunately, so... No attacks here. Just pass the turn. Now, I am considering double blocking the Giant Dust Wasp. He might have a pump spell, though. Ah, he does. Okay, he just told me he basically does not have a pump spell, which is always good. I like it when my opponent pretty much tells me what they have. It's good. I think I'm going to use the Molten Disaster to kill my opponent's side of the board. Or, actually, I say that. It depends what I draw, I think. Because I want to... I need to think... I need to Molten Disaster before I empty the Warren, so... Not sure if my opponent's thinking or double queuing. But yeah, that Sandsower would start becoming a problem if I didn't have a Molten Disaster. Or, you know, empty the Warren tokens. Ah, there we go. Feud Killer's Verdict. That is definitely a good card for him to play for me. Just because I can kill his whole board. Now, he can tap a Maldrifter, because I was never going to be able to, like, kick that. He's thinking of tapping something on my upkeep, I suspect, but... Oh, no, okay, good. So here, like, doing this with kicker is obviously a terrible idea. Just because I actually need the 5. But yeah, you can see the power of Molten Disaster here. So x equals 5. It's going to kill all these things. Apart from the Giant Dust Wasp. I think I can accept that. Now that's put me at a lowly 7. So I need to think carefully if I'm blocking or not next turn. Yeah, he makes a Sapperling. He can only tap one of the Muldrifters though. Yeah, taps a Muldrifter. His whole board is Raft. And now, I think with my hands, it's tempting to just take free damage. It's very tempting, actually. But I really don't want to die to a random pump spell. So, I think I can take complete control of the game with what I have. So I'm just going to chump. Even if, you know, it doesn't feel right, I just don't know what he could have. And it's always preferable to be a bit careful. So here, I'm going to just cast a Pardic Dragon. And then keep a Lightning Helix up. Now, this obviously does symbolize a Lightning Helix, but if my opponent thinks about it. I mean, chumping was maybe incorrect, but like I don't want to just randomly die to double pump spell. Okay. If he has double pump spell here, I guess. You must have like Test of Faith potentially, because I can always just pump this by 1 and then 2 for 1 him. But with my hand, obviously, I want to Lightning Helix this creature. Oh, okay. That's very convenient for me, I guess. Let's see. Okay. So I have... So, let me think. Here, I can also... I have 9 mana, so I can go Riftbolt you, Lightning Helix you, empty the Warrens. Which puts my opponent down to 15, 13, 9. And then he has to face 6 Goblins, a Dragon, and a Muldrifter. I don't think I want to show that I have these cards, if I'm honest. And it's best to always be safe. So I'm just going to attack with my Flyers. And just pump the Pardic Dragon all the way. Maybe I'm playing too conservative here, but... I mean, this kills him just as fast. And it doesn't involve me just dumping my hand. Yeah, Imperiosaur. I guess that's fine. So here I'm just going to attack him and burn him out. Let's see. That's 6, so he's at 5. So all I have to do is pump it twice. Assuming he doesn't have like a trick. And even if he does, I can just Lightning Helix in response, so... I can go like Riftbolt and Lightning Helix in response. So that puts him down to 3. Cast this on my opponent, and I think we're good. There we go. Now, he's playing green-white token, basic tokens. Explosives, though, seems to want to hit 4 rather than 1 or 2. Now, the fact that he has tokens makes this a lot better, especially if you kill his Verdict. Which otherwise would be quite tough to hard. So, the other option is Echoing Truth. Especially on the draw, Echoing Truth is quite good, just being able to bounce, like, a few of his creatures. And always being able to bounce, like, all the Phalids or the Sandsaur is important. If I'm playing Echoing Truth, I'm probably going to lose something like the Reach Through Mists. Reach Through Mist seems like the card I'm going to take out the most. Just because it's a value card, but definitely not as important on the draw. So yeah, Explosive kills the token for good, but I have Empty as well. So I think I cut the Reach for an Explosives or an Echoing Truth, but I'm not sure necessarily which one. I mean, if he's playing Falids, Explosive becomes a little better, I suspect. Especially because he's probably playing Mycoderm. I like the instant speed of Echoing Truth, if I'm honest. Especially with a card advantage present in my deck. Like, bouncing a 5/5 is basically what this would do. That seems fair. I'll play the Echoing Truth, even if Explosives might have been correct, maybe. I don't need an extra sudden shock. I think, like, the million shocks I have are fine. The Glacial Ray is still better just because of the Torrent. Now, maybe he's boarding into more fatties, in which case Echoing Truth becomes a little better, and I should consider Pact of Negation. He might also be reworking his mana base if he has like a bunch of giants in his sideboard, like the free giant that kills a flyer. Yeah, definitely a keep. A bit slow, but I'm hoping that I can draw like one of my myriad of burn spells and stall. Like, it needs a burn spell, really, to be a good hand. But I can't see myself mulliganing this. Not the best for me. Like, this is pretty easy to deal with when it's not on turn 1. Okay. By the way, I can't see, like, myself not suspending this. Yeah. Dismisser, a little slow again. I'd rather have a little bit of a... like, something like a Rift Bolt or a Glacial Ray or... even an Empty the Warrens is not ideal, but we'll do the trick. Let's see. Rift Bolt. Killing Phalid. I don't know if I should kill Phalid. That seems very weak, but... huh. I mean... he has Seekers in his deck, but he would have casted that turn. Let's see. Do I kill Phalid here? He's going to cast an Imperiosaur next turn, is my suspicion. I think this is too much. I think it's a bit weird to kill this, but it feels correct. I think between the Dragon, the Dismisser, and the Take Possession, I can take. I'll be able to take over the game, but I need time. Oh, he can't cast Imperiosaur, but he can cast. Yeah, Mask and Mars. Oh well. Traumatic Visions is probably going to land cycle here. Like, it seems a bit weird, but I actually need the land. And I don't... although I say I need the land, having access to counter magic might be good here. And he casts Imperiosaur, I suspect, here. Or Sandsower. Okay, a better target for Rift Bolt, but... since there's not the pressure, I think I'll cycle. It's a bit weird, but... I just want to make sure I get my 6 drops. And this is definitely a good way to start. There we go. Lightning Helix and another dragon. At this point, I'm probably racing my opponent. Look, if he wants to kill my Muldrifter with a trick, even if it's a Gleam of Resistance. Now, I think I cast a dragon here. Because Dismissive doesn't seem to have the highest impact, so... while a dragon would here. Like, unless my opponent goes... maybe Blinding Beam is the only thing here? But even then, like, if he has it, he has it. I think my opponent's just flooded. Or has a Moloku. Which I can take possession. Yeah, he has a Moloku, but that take possession is also split second. So I'm literally gonna just take that Moloku now. And he can't do anything about it. Which is so beautiful. Just take the Moloku. Can't do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely attack him with everything. I mean, it puts him only down to... It puts him to 4, so maybe... I think I'm really far ahead, so maybe I should have considered not attacking with Muldrifter, just in case something very strange happens, like Trump, but... Yeah, I didn't see my opponent winning this one. That take possession on Moloku was just so beautiful, though, the split second side of things. And yeah, so I won round 1. Seeing how this game went, I'm feeling very confident. But, you know, it's 9 rounds and then a top 8, so do the best you can first, right?